This episode is brought to you by High Point Market. Welcome to the Design Dash podcast, your guide to designing a life you love. Join us as we explore the keys to living the life you want without compromise.
Welcome back to the Design Dash podcast. I'm Laura Umansky, your co-host, here with Melissa Grove.
Hello.
And today we have a topic that is pretty timely for our studio.
Yes.
And it may be for yours too. And our one question today is, what do you do with a potential client, a new lead that you cannot take on right now? You're too busy. You have a completely full workload. You're committed to other projects. Like, this is best case scenario, right? For a firm. You're so busy, you can't take on a new project right now. But this new project comes in. It is your ideal client. It's a huge project. It's, I don't know. Let's just dream big here. It's $1 million in furniture. It's a 2-year renovation. It's going to let you stretch your creative muscles. It's everything you've ever wanted. But you are so busy right now. How do you take it? So what do you do? That's our question for today. That's our one question. What do you do? So there are some options here. I'd love to hear from you, Melissa. What do you do? Because we're running into a similar situation right now.
We are. You just throw your life in the trash, take it, and just be miserable.
Find another 40 hours every week.
Right.
That's all right.
There's a couple of things that we've done. I think number one is, you can just flat out say no. I think that if it's a really great project, I don't know if we've ever done this. Now, there are a lot of projects that aren't incredibly ideal, and then it is way easier to say, hey, you know what? I can't. We usually have a templated response that we send out, or if it's a phone call, there's still like a script that we follow. Now, if it is like what you're mentioning, like a year changing kind of project, we like to implement a wait list. And so
What if they can't wait?
There's nothing we can do. If they absolutely can't wait, but we really need it, really want it, what we've done in the past is hired for it. Like we've taken it on and made it work. And that's probably not what everybody wants to hear, and it sucked for a while, but man, that revenue was nice. That bonus at the end of the year was nice. That
the project photography when it's done.
I was going to say photographing that house and then using that marketing for years and years. I think you have to really ask yourself, is it worth that much trouble? And I think that's why that's why this makes it so much harder, is with you saying, okay, it's an ideal project. Because if it's an ideal project, I don't want to say no to it.
I know, it's so hard to say no.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's run this scenario. It's a great project. It's ideal. It's someone that you would really like to work with. Client is friendly. Let's say, so if you've heard another one of our episodes, we talk about our client matrix. And so that is an objective matrix that we run a potential project through to help us put numbers to a project that maybe we're not so sure about. Like, is it a good fit? And so that may be some qualifiers like location, timing, budget. Is it a project our team can learn on? Is it a project that we can publish potentially? Is the client kind? Like those kind of qualifiers. So let's say this project has met every one of those qualifiers. It has scored a 99 out of 100% for us. We want this project. We are so fully committed, we can't take it. There's a few options. Okay. Wait list. You mentioned that.
Yes, we will put a client on a wait list. And you know what? For the most part, the ideal clients don't actually mind. We actually just released an ideal client from the wait list recently. They've been great the entire time. Now, in order to keep them kind of excited about the project and to keep that momentum, we were constantly in contact with them in the several months that, it took them it took us really to be okay to take them on. And, with different emails, sending them interesting things, like, hey, we're thinking about you. We're thinking about your project, this, that, and the other. And what's great about that client is that their scope actually doubled, at least to construction, because they had enough time to really think about it. And they're like, ooh, we were just constantly in conversation with them. So they were always keeping the project top of mind. And it just got bigger. So I'm a really big
Yeah.
fan of waitlist. I know a lot of designers who can use them really successfully. One of the things that we do is we take that retainer up front. So they can't just
They're committing.
they're yes, they have
Yes,
some
we're
skin in
asking for that commitment. We're actually like it is an official wait list, and we say, "Okay, your project is now in our queue. We're gonna start in whatever, June, July, we're ready to go."
Yep.
And we actually stand by that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And again, an ideal client will say, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine." Like they have lives. Like again, an ideal client for us is somebody who trusts us fully. And so, with that trust, they understand we know what our timeline is, we know how things are going to work best, and they're fine with it. And yeah, in this most recent example, it's become a way bigger project. I think the other thing is too is that we've also just taken a look at our current workload and see if there are things that we can move around there as well, because there might be some client like something is happening there. We don't have to move as fast. We do like to move fast. I think that is one of the benefits of working with us is that we're just so process oriented that like we're lightning speed compared to a lot of other design firms, and we can kind of slow roll that pace a little bit to take something on. But I think that's why having our master project list, which you had mentioned a little bit before, and understanding, okay, where are we actually with these projects? What can we take on is so important.
I think that's a good point too about moving existing projects around, and maybe there is a project that's in a lull, or um the construction is pushing out a little bit, so we've got some breathing room. That
Mm.
is a path I didn't think about. Like, I thought about wait list, just delaying when we start. I thought about referral, which is, like, painful if it's a really ideal client, but if you just can't take it, you can refer to someone that you know will do a really good job for that potential client.
Yes, and we do that
Um
all.
but yeah, I think you're right. Like shuffling our current workload, not to the detriment of any current projects ever. Like we would never do that. But like if there is someone that could take a breather or the construction's pushing out and we do have extra time, you're right. We could like slot in a new project that way. Um, yeah, there's the referral avenue, which would probably be my next go to. Um,
Yeah, I try never to say an outright no. I always feel bad
no is an option always, but
definitely an option, but I always wanna give them something. I mean, they took the time to reach out to us. I think that, like, they're looking to us to give them some kind of assistance, so I'm more than happy to send them the names of some other designers that I think would be a really great fit for their project. Obviously, we can't guarantee that they will be available too, but the
right.
kind
Yeah. And I
you know
always preface it actually that referral. I say that like I don't know what their current workload is like, but here's someone I really enjoy. I think you'll like working with them too. I'll connect you. It'll be a warm introduction. Um, but if it's a really ideal client, I'm gonna try to take that project. I will every single time. Um, and it really just depends. Like, if it's someone that has such an insane timeline that's like, we've got to start tomorrow, we need design done in a month. That's not going to work. Like, that's not feasible. That's
Totally.
not realistic. That's not a good fit. I'm saying someone that's an ideal client, like that understands our process, wants our guidance, and wants to stick with our process timeline, but they want to start sooner than we're ready. I would just take it.
Yeah, and we've done it
And we've
successfully.
done it. And I would take it knowing that I would probably be putting in a lot of the time myself, and as a small business owner or a solopreneur, you're automatically doing that anyway. We have
Yeah.
a big team, and so typically what that handoff looks like is our director of design would take that new project, introduce the senior designer, a junior designer on the project, and we have a whole team on that project. But if they're already fully committed, that team can't take that project. So that means it's going to live with me. And so I have to be willing to say, okay, in addition to all my other workload, which is different than it was when I started, now it's more of like a big picture vision CEO, like running the company with you as COO. It's a very different type of work. I would have to say, okay, in addition to my CEO role, I'm now also a designer again. So is it worth it? Is this project that great? And if the answer is yes, then that's the situation.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta think things are seasonal, right? There's going to be some seasons where you can take a vacation and everything's great, and then there's going to be a season where you're going to be working a lot. But you're right. It has to be a project that you really want to take on. Now, I want to ask you, how do you feel about hiring? What if you're getting to a point where you're just like, I want to take this project on. This would be so beautiful for our portfolio. It's going to be great for revenue, but I know I need another person. I need another skill set here.
So I would say reactive hiring makes me cringe. I hate
Yeah.
reactive hiring. So, hiring for a project, a specific project, I would probably avoid doing that. But if I know, okay, yes, I'm taking this project on, which means I'm going to be busy for 2 years. It's
Yeah.
not a 6-month project. It's not a short term thing. It's a long term 2-year project. And within that 2 years, I'm going to get other projects. And I feel really good about our pipeline. I feel good about growing this team. Then absolutely I would hire. But I wouldn't hire just to say, like, I'm hiring you for this project because this project's kicking off now. By the time I get someone on the team, ramped up, able to do the work, I probably would have just done it myself.
Yeah.
God, I hate saying that, but it's true. But I do think like if you're getting great projects, you're pushing out 6 months. Like let's say you have a 6-month wait list, it's probably time to hire.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would start hiring,
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of in that situation right now, which is why we're
which we are
struggling.
currently doing.
Because
Hiring is really hard.
it's not an easy
Um,
decision, and it's not something that we just think, "Oh gosh, well, we have this project we need to hire." I think that you make a really
exactly.
good point, is it's just like, you're not hiring short term, even if the project is short term. You're hiring long term always. And so you really need to consider, okay, what's coming down the future, and we're in it's a great position to have, but now we're in one of these positions, we're like, "Oh, okay, well, I think we probably need to expand the team a little bit with what we have in our pipeline and where we are currently."
And it's also sometimes easy to say like, "Oh, I'll just take this project and hire a contractor. I'll go on Upwork or
Yeah,
Fiverr or whatever, and I'll get this contractor to run this project." Maybe that has worked for you. That has not worked for us. I mean, I've hired contractors to do 3D renderings or like
yeah,
some CAD drawings, very task oriented, specific um, projects, like things like that, but never a senior designer that's going to run and be client facing and run a project. That's going to fall to our full time team, our salaried team that is knows our processes, um, knows the firm, is in the culture with us, knows like our guided design experience, and is going to handhold our client the way that we like to. So I don't think it's solvable with a contract hire.
yeah,
But maybe if it's like, oh, I need someone to help me put together a set of CAD drawings, but just knowing that you are going to have to check the hell out of them because it's leaving your office with your name on it. And I've
yeah,
made all these mistakes in the past, and that's why I'm saying this right now. I have let drawings leave the studio and go to a builder that I have not personally checked, or like someone that's senior on my team hasn't checked, just because we were in
yeah,
a tight timeline and we had too busy of a workload, and it has always come back to haunt me.
yeah,
So I don't do that now. Like there's no scenario where I let drawings leave my office that I haven't checked or like a senior member of the team hasn't checked.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I guess like waitlist or defer is path 1. Great if they will let you do that. Refer them out is path 2. And path 3, like assuming that no is not an option, just like we're never going to just say no. We're referring, we're waitlisting. Path 3 would be take the project, add hours to your own plate, and then start hiring for a team that you're growing for the future.
right.
Okay. That's the one I like the best.
Yeah, well, because now you've demonstrated to yourself that you can bring in really, really good work, and if you can do it once, you can do it again,
Yeah.
and that's the
Life's
whole
just going to suck for the next few months while you're doing the work for this project, doing the work for all your other projects, and hiring in the meantime. It's going to be hard.
Yep.
So don't do that if you're like on your personal life, if you're like getting married, taking a big
Right.
vacation, having a baby, like you just want to take time off. Don't do that.
Yeah,
But if
no.
you're like, I'm in a season of growth, do it.
I will say though, don't be afraid to put people on a wait list. I think that we were so afraid of it because we thought that we would lose a really, really good client.
True.
I don't think that we have ever lost a really good, real ideal client. We have lost clients, but not a really good ideal client because we had a short delay or,
Agreed.
just a couple of months of a wait
Yep.
list. I think that we've gotten ourselves into trouble rushing into things, being distracted by trying to take things on. But again, I'm thinking of this one client currently. I really like how we put them on a wait list. They were totally fine with it. Now their project is bigger and better than ever, and I cannot wait to photograph it.
Right. It's gonna be beautiful.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and they knew it's gonna be 3 months before we start, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Yep, so I have a potential client call on Friday, so we're gonna put this into practice right now, like, this is a
Right.
real scenario for us right now. I have a looks really, really promising on paper, right? I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm already in my head, which is why we're talking about this right now. What if it's excellent? What in the world am I gonna do? Because right now we can't take a new project till November. And
Yep.
it is June. If you're listening to this, like, we can't take a project for 5 months. I feel like that's a big ask for someone that's like, "I'm ready to go."
Yeah.
I can delay 4 weeks, I can delay 6 weeks to start. I can't delay 6 months.
Right.
And there's not a lot of clients out there that can delay 6 months unless they are just major planners.
Yeah. Or their
Yay
project
on them.
huge in scope,
Right.
it's like they're still living in the house. So yeah, there are a lot of factors that I think come into that. And I think that's important too. Like the first things first, and I don't know if we touched on this, you need to make sure that you are like that you can take on the work in the first place, or that you actually do need to be on a wait list. I think it's really important to have that kind of master project list and see where you are with your projects and see what workload is. Um to give yourself an accurate picture. Because there have been times where we're just like, oh my gosh, we can't take anything on for 5 months. But really it was maybe like 3.5. And that extra 6 weeks is really helpful.
That extra 2 weeks at half, 3.5 months. And yeah, so we do track our projects like that right now. So we've referenced master project list a couple of times. And so we run typically about 14 projects concurrently. It varies, like give or
Yeah.
take. Um, and so we're always keeping an eye on capacity for all of our team. And so our team works in what we call pods. So every pod is a senior designer and a junior designer. And those two together tackle a set workload, so set project load. So maybe they each have 4.
Mhm.
And so every pod has their set projects. There's no overlap between pods. They're focused on their projects. And so we know exactly what their capacity is. And our master project list looks at all of our pods side by side so we can understand full capacity, who needs work, who's doing more work than they should be doing because they're overloaded.
Yeah.
So we have built this document so we can see what that looks like. So right now we're looking at it and we're like, we're we're good. Like we are at but we are at capacity, if not a little over. Until November.
Yeah.
So 6 months out. And so at that point, yes, we're looking at it and we're like, we need to hire. We've got to hire, which also is tough because I really love our team. We're at a good spot. It's like, do
Yeah.
you want to hire and introduce?
Yeah, because it will change the dynamic and it will change the
Yeah.
culture quite a bit. And so you just really wanna make sure that you're hiring the right person. And I mean, hiring is a whole other beast that's hard to
We'll talk
deal
about that next time.
with. Yeah.
Yeah. But then it's also like, okay, do I want to grow this team more? I like where we are.
Yeah, I
But
really
if we're
do.
turning down good work,
I know.
then we kind of should. I'm sure that you ask yourself this question all the time. If you're listening to this, you have definitely asked yourself this question. We want to
Mm.
hear from you.
Yes.
Let us know. Have you asked this question? How have you answered it? How have you dealt with this? And how has that worked out? I'd love to hear from you because we've been doing this 20 years and obviously we are still learning and we're
I'm still not sure
still
the right way to do
grappling with
it.
these same damn problems 20 years later.
Yeah.
And it's not a problem. Like we're in a lucky situation. For real. Like, yes, we're on a wait list. Yeah, that's great. But we're also turning down good work, which is a problem in itself. Like, I don't want to do that.
Ugh, I love the allure of a really good project. Like, I just
I know. You
there's
can't say
something so
no.
talking about it. It's thrilling.
because it's got all the potential. It's a shiny new thing. There's so much it's exciting.
Yeah. Ask me about it in 6 months, I might feel differently, but in
Ask me
this
about it in 2
oof.
months when I'm working till 10 PM again, like I'm 2 years in instead of 20.
It happens. Doesn't happen
But
often, but
damn did I want that project. So anyway, okay, well, let us know how this is going for you. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening. And we'll do an update, I guess, and see how this pans out. Are we hiring? Are we waitlisting? Are we referring?
we'll see.
Stay tuned.
Check back. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. Make sure to check out our next podcast, coming live next week on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. In the meantime, you can find us and more wonderful stories like these on designdash.com. And make sure to follow us at Design Dasher on Instagram and TikTok. Till next time.